Does Brendan Fraser once again knock it out of the park, or should he just stop acting altogether? These intros. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Movie Nights movie review. Today we are talking about Rental Family. This film is directed by Hikari. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. And it stars Brendan Fraser. And for those that don't know, it is a story of an American actor living in Japan, trying to get work, doing several commercials, really struggling to make a living based off of acting, but then gets the opportunity to play different roles in various people's lives, where he gets to pretend to be their father, a reporter, a husband, whatever they need, and is very fascinated by the idea and doesn't really know what he's providing, but goes on a journey to basically discover that he's providing something of closure, of happiness, and something to help somebody with their life in the Japanese culture. And I was looking forward to the movie. I thought the trailer was okay, and I'm a big fan of Brendan Fraser. Obviously, grew up with his films, and I really liked his performance in The Whale. And so I kind of sat down just thinking, like, hope it's good, hope Brendan Fraser's good, and I'm happy to report that both are true. The movie is really, really good, and Brendan Fraser also knocks it out of the park in the lead role. He plays a character that's very down to earth, but also very just nervous in their overall being, like doesn't really know what's next for their future, but constantly tries their best and wants to find new opportunities, while at the same time being very hesitant to pursue new things. It doesn't seem like a complex character on the surface, but when you watch the movie, you really see the intricacies that he's playing of an actor acting other types of performances out. I thought it was a really good performance, and the movie itself is incredibly heartwarming. It's incredibly touching. You follow several different stories of different families he gets to be a part of. There's one storyline in particular where he gets to act like a reporter that's writing a story or a biography on an aging movie star in Japan. And the way that story plays out was just so heart-wrenching to see. It was really, they clearly struggle with dementia or some type of cognitive impairment, and seeing Brendan Fraser's relationship flourish with this character as they go through ebbs and flows was really, there's a moment in the third act of the movie with this character that's so sad that, it's so happy, like it's happy tears, but it's such a sad moment for the character that, I was all in. I was full in on the journey of that storyline. There's another storyline where he is pretending to be somebody's father and starts to realize that he likes this responsibility and wants to be able to look after this child, well, of course, not actually being their real father. And, that the towing line of the performer versus the art and it all blending together, he struggles with that. And I'm kind of sounding repetitive talking about the movie, but I think it's just something that needs to be experienced. It's a really beautiful, thoughtful movie about being human, about what you can provide with human connection. It's about different cultures and how, something like this could probably never exist in America, but maybe America could use something like this. It could use somebody whose designated job is to bring you some sort of joy. There's a montage side story where someone just needs a friend and Brendan Fraser just goes and plays video games with them all the time. And I'm like, that sounds pretty fucking cool. It's a really beautiful movie that I think a lot of people can find joy in, a lot of people can find sorrow in, and there's really not much to say other than that. In terms of negatives, I think there are a few times the film is edited a bit oddly, which I know can seem like an oddly specific thing to point out, but it is noticeable. So when it's noticeable, it should be pointed out that the pace and the editing did seem a bit odd, and it's something that you don't notice on a lot of films, so I just wanted to point it out. I also think that the movie suffers a little bit from a pacing issue. Separate from the editing issue, where there are times in the movie where I thought the movie was actually winding down and about to end, and then it wasn't close to ending. And it's not a particularly long movie as well, so the pacing was just kind of an interesting thing to adjust to. But other than that, I thought that the film, again, it's a beautiful character journey that you get to see somebody go on, and you're introduced to this idea, and you're also just as hesitant as the character. You see this idea play out and how it's actually in more people's lives than you think it is, and it really just is a nice full meal of a film that's heartwarming and gives you a nice positive outlook. I know there are different types of movies you can watch. You can find a movie that excites you, a movie that scares you, a movie that makes you cry, a movie that makes you laugh. Sometimes you need a mirror held up to society, and sometimes you just need hope for the world. And that's something that this movie provides. And maybe it's something that you need. But have you had a chance to see Rental Family? If so, what did you think about it? Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next review.